All right, and we are live, and only an hour and 20 minutes late. Fantastic work. I'm sharing the link now into the different groups, into the Facebook group. Preparation for longer holds starting now. Link in there, and bang, we are going. And bang, published information. We can get fast at this. Okay, cool. So here we are. Hi, we have our first person in the live stream. Who is our very first? I just zone out. So I'm setting alarms from now on. I'll have alarms from now on, which are going to let me know, hey Adam, you said you're gonna do a live stream at this time, so be ready. All right. So everyone that's with me now, we're a little bit earlier than we've done the other two, and this is sort of been, obviously we're trying to get different people. We're trying to have different people available to join. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use like a different style of warm up. We're going to be doing static breath hold today. So make sure you have your nose clips ready and make sure that you're gonna be Bartosz. What, so early? Yeah. Make sure that you have your nose clips ready. Make sure that you're got a nice area to lie down in, and we'll get going. Okay. So today we're not going to begin by doing any kind of breathing, stretching, or anything along those lines. But I did say that in the last live stream that I would start this one by going over the tongue block technique again, so that we can use that for this one. Hey, Petit Pong! Okay, so the tongue block technique is basically a way of controlling the frequency of contractions. You can't stop them forever. That's never going to happen. But you can control when you have them. And I think that a lot of divers really enjoy being in control of the contractions rather than feeling like they're at the mercy of them. So Ellie and Aaron are going down to the lake now. You can hear Ellie going, wow, as they leave the house. So the tongue block technique allows that to happen. It allows you to be in control of the contractions rather than them be in control of you. So what we're doing with the tongue block technique is, really quickly, when we are using the tongue block technique, we are stopping the contractions from happening, but we are increasing the severity of the urge to breathe. So what happens is we use the tongue block technique, the urge to breathe builds up, and then we let the tongue block technique go, and Bartosz, last time helped me hold my breath in 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty solid, Bartosz. So when we let the technique go, like when we release the tongue block, we will have a contraction, but the contraction is a relief from the urge to breathe. All right, so when we're holding the tongue block, the urge to breathe rises. When we let go of the tongue block, the urge to breathe decreases, and we have a contraction. That's how this whole thing works. So the tongue block technique is when we put our tongue in a T position, and we push the middle and the base of our tongue up against the roof of our mouth, and we do that by also assisting by lifting up the larynx as well. So this is me in a T position, and I lift. So not quite like a Frenzel strength, but we're aiming to just kind of smash the tongue up against the roof of the mouth, and we just hold it there. Now, while we do that, we keep a very slight tension in the diaphragm. If you're not able to just control the diaphragm, you can start by keeping a slight tension in the abdominal wall, and then it will kind of radiate down to the diaphragm. But if you can control the diaphragm, we keep a very slight tension in the diaphragm. And that's the technique. So we're using the diaphragm and the tongue and the larynx as well, to if it's like a combination of like, like a slight tension down here and pressing up here, will stop the contractions from rolling through. Cool. All right. So with that in mind, we'll work on that again today. We're not going to do any breathing warm-ups, any stretching warm-ups. All we're going to do today, we're going to just go straight into breath holds, and we're going to start with some FRC and RV breath holds as warm-ups. Then we are going to do one full lung warm-up, and then we're going to roll on into 3, what I will refer to as maximums, but they're not going to be, when I say maximum, I just mean, the maximum level of your comfort. so that's kind of the plan. We'll do a bunch. I think we'll do 2 FRCs, 2 RVs, 1 full lung, and then boom, 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 3 maxes. So that's going to be today's plan. And what I want you to feel when you're doing those maxes is, basically just like be aware of how you are feeling during that. So, you can start to build your own style of warming up and what you think works best for you. All right. So let's get ourselves into a nice, comfortable laying position. So I'm going to find somewhere nice and chill for us to lay down. I'm going to put our nose clip on. And the first 2 breath holds are going to be FRC breath holds. So with the FRC breath holds, we're not going to let them go on for too long. So I'll basically, if you're going for longer than like a minute, after 1:30 on the first one, if you're still going, I'll ask you to breathe. And then on the second one, after 2 minutes, if you are still going, I'll ask you to breathe as well. And then for the same for the RV. Okay. So let's first take 2 minutes to just relax, get into our little happy place, and prepare for these breath holds. So 2 minutes of just tidal breathing only. I always find it's nice to have my eyes closed when I'm doing this kind of thing. Eyes closed if you want, or eyes open, or eyes just soft and relaxed. And the nose clip should be on by now, so we're just breathing in and out of our nose. Oh, sorry, in and out of our mouth. Nose clip is on. Breathing in and out of our mouth. Nice and slow, nice and relaxed. Good. Shallow, slow, relaxed breathing. It's been 1 minute now. So 1 minute to breathe for the next one, for the next breath hold. Just a reminder, as we're breathing now, a FRC volume or an FRC breath hold is just a passive exhale. So we're not going to do any hyperventilation for these first 2, or for any of the warm-ups actually. So you're just going to tidal breathe right to the end, and you're taking a final breath, and you're going to let it go. Whatever air wants to rush out passively will rush out, 30 seconds, and then you just hold with that volume of air in the lungs. So we're not doing our hyperventilation, 20 seconds, because we want to put CO2 in the body. It'll help us warm up faster. 10 seconds, getting ready for the final breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full breath. And once the breath is full, we passively let it go and then hold. It's been 30 seconds now. 30 seconds. Might feel quite different holding your breath with less air in the lungs, but that's normal. It's been 45 seconds. The urge to breathe, the contractions, they should start a lot earlier. Keep in mind, we're just going for comfort. So this is a warm-up, maybe experience a little bit of CO2 and then start breathing again. And that's been 1 minute. You can experiment with the tongue block technique from now on. 1 minute 15. It'll help if you play with it and practice with it now, these warm-up breath holds, and you'll have more experience to use it on the bigger ones later on. And that has been 1 minute 30. So if you haven't started breathing yet, let's start breathing. And then we're going to just take 1 minute 30 to breathe and relax before the next one. So once again, we're not going to be doing any hyperventilation breaths before this next warm-up. So it's just pure tidal breathing. So you do your recovery breathing. Right, 3 good recovery breaths, more if you need them. And then shift immediately into tidal breathing, slow, relaxed, and shallow. And then we'll just start. Hey, Alexander. All right, you have 1 minute. We're doing FRC breath holds for anyone that's joined. So it's a passive exhale at the end of your full breath and then hold like that. You have 30 seconds. 30 seconds, we're still tidal breathing. "20 seconds. "10 seconds, getting ready for the final breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Passive exhale and relax. And let's start sweeping our mind straight to our stomach again. It's going to feel a little bit different with no air in there or much less air in there. But we're going to make sure that our stomach, that our abdominals and our diaphragm up below them are super relaxed, disengaged, and floppy. And so is our rib cage. Rib cage is also super relaxed and disengaged. Good. It's been 30 seconds already. The upper chest as well is totally disengaged and totally relaxed. So are the shoulders, back of the neck, the front of the neck, the face. 45 seconds. If the urge to breathe is starting to begin, you can try to postpone them by forcing a relaxation down into your diaphragm. Or if the contractions and the urge to breathe have begun, you can control them. It's been 1 minute. You can control them with the tongue block technique. Tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth, slight tension in the diaphragm. As you hold that block, the contractions will stop. It's been 1:15, but the urge to breathe itself will increase. One minute 30. So we're not aiming to have a huge breath hold here. This is just our warm-up, one of our warm-ups. Getting ready for bigger holds later on. So keep it really comfortable. 1 minute 45 for anyone still going. And we'll all start to breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 minutes. Good. All right. So guys, we're going to take 2 minutes to breathe before the next one. So we do our recovery breathing, 3 or more of those, as many as you need, and then shift immediately into tidal breathing. So the next 2 breath holds are going to be RV breath holds. So what we're going to do, just keep breathing as I speak, relax, is you're going to take your final breath at the end. You're going to exhale, and then when the passive exhale is finished, when you can't push anything out passively, you're going to do a forced exhale. you're going to do one long, continuous forced exhale. Don't try to push everything out. Just let whatever comes out at the end of that forced exhale come out, and then hold. That's what we're doing. RV, residual volume breath holds. That's 1 minute. 1 minute to breathe before the first RV breath hold. RV breath holds can feel a little bit weird. But we'll get used to them. Still tidal breathing. We're not going to do any hyperventilation breaths for this one. We'll save those for the end. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Getting ready for that final breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Passive exhale. Forced exhale. And then we hold. You might feel a little bit of pressure or a little bit of tugging in the throat from holding the breath with a much lower lung volume. But just try to relax the throat and relax the diaphragm as well. That will take pressure off the throat. Let's start by once again, it's been 30 seconds already, sweeping the mind through the body, making sure everything is disengaged and relaxed. Is the neck relaxed? Is the throat relaxed? Shoulders? What about the chest, the upper chest? Is that relaxed? In 45 seconds. Are the intercostals or the rib cages relaxed? The stomach, the diaphragm? That's been 1 minute. Let's try to experiment with the tongue block technique, see if we can stop those contractions from moving through. We'll all breathe again at 1 minute 30. That's been 1 minute 15. These are just warm-ups, remember. Just little warm-ups. And that's 1 minute 30. Let's all breathe. 1 minute 30 to breathe before the next one. After our recovery breathing, shifting immediately into tidal breathing and just relaxing. Breathing as if we were trying to fall asleep. It's been 30 seconds now, so you got 1 minute left. For this next one, I'll stop the breath hold at 2 minutes. No need to go beyond that. And honestly, if you get to 2 minutes, you're doing a banging job. But once again, it's all just about warming yourself up in a relaxed, comfortable way. So keep it relaxed, keep it comfortable, and use these warm-up breath holds to experiment with postponing the contractions and with the tongue block. 30 seconds. 20. 10 seconds, getting ready for the final breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forced exhale at the end, and then hold. Take the mind down to the stomach. Relax the abdominals. Relax the diaphragm below, underneath them. Relax the rib cage, the lower rib cage, and slowly sweep your mind up to the upper rib cage, the upper chest. Relax everything there. Make sure the shoulders, it's been 30 seconds, the shoulders are relaxed. Make sure the back of the neck is relaxed. Make sure the front of the neck is relaxed, the throat, make sure it's totally disengaged. In 45 seconds. And then relax the face. Relax those face muscles and make sure that we're not using those as well. It's been 1 minute. If we are having some contractions, we're going to start using the tongue block. We're going to keep a slight amount of tension in the diaphragm muscle itself, and we're going to lift the tongue up against the roof of the mouth. The combination of those two holds will stop the contractions. It's been 1 minute 20. As the contractions are stopped, the urge to breathe itself will increase. It's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then we can release the tongue block to have a contraction and to decrease the intensity of the urge to breathe, or pretty much get rid of it for a moment. It's been 1 minute 45. And that's now been 2 minutes. Let's all start to breathe. We're breathing, recovery, and then we shift immediately into tidal breathing. So we're going to take 2 minutes now, and then we're going to go into our first full lung breath hold. So this next breath hold is once again just a warm-up. And because it's a warm-up, it means we're going to do no hyperventilation breathing beforehand. So just relax and tidal breathe now, and we'll do our first full lung warm-up. And I'll stop the warm-up at 3 minutes. So 3 minutes is all we need to do. All right. Relax, tidal breathe. You have 1 minute to breathe. 1 minute. "30 seconds, 30 seconds, and we'll be taking our first big breath, doing a full lung breath hold. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full breath. And then hold. Relax. Let's take our mind down to our stomach. The stomach should be disengaged. The abdominal wall should be relaxed. Our stomach should pop out just slightly. The diaphragm below, underneath, should be totally disengaged and totally relaxed. Let's move our mind now to our rib cage, the lower rib cage. It should be totally loose, totally disengaged and relaxed. And let's sweep the mind up the rib cage slowly till we get to the chest. Is my chest totally relaxed? Let's make it that way. Let's make it disengaged. And my back muscles as well. Are my back muscles disengaged and relaxed? Let's move the mind now to the shoulders. Are the shoulders disengaged and relaxed? What about the back of the neck? Is the back of the neck disengaged? What about the front of the neck? It's been 1 minute and 10 seconds. Is the throat disengaged and relaxed? And if so, what about the face? Disengage the muscles in the face. It's been 1 minute and 30 seconds now. Doing really well. We can postpone the urge to breathe by forcing a relaxation down into our diaphragm and our abdominal wall. But if the contractions are here already, then we can control them by using the tongue block technique. It's been 2 minutes already. 2 minutes. That's 2:15. Control the contractions. Stop them, the urge to breathe will increase, and then give yourself the relief when you 2 minutes 30, when you release the tongue block and allow a contraction to move through your body. That's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Doing really, really well for anyone that's still going. And we're starting to breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 3 minutes. All right. We have 2 minutes to breathe now before the next one. We're going to go into some longer holds now. So we'll be hyperventilating a little bit before the breath holds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stop each breath hold at a certain time. So this next breath hold, we won't go further than 4 minutes. For the second longer breath hold, we won't go further than 5 minutes. And for the third breath hold, that one will be totally open. Now, of course, you can breathe whenever you like. Don't be waiting for my cap. Yeah, it's just so we can all stay on the same schedule. So we're tidal breathing now. Relaxed, shallow, passive breathing. We're focused on being totally still, not moving anything. We're letting our mind drift and wander. Maybe we're focused on our breathing. Maybe we're singing a song to ourselves. Maybe we're visualizing something. It's been 1 minute. 1 minute to breathe. When I say 30 seconds, we're going to start our 3 hyperventilation breaths. And 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final breath. And then we hold it. And we straight away move our mind down to our stomachs. We make sure that the abdominal wall is totally relaxed. We make sure that the diaphragm below is also totally relaxed, totally disengaged. We move the mind up now to the rib cage and relax the rib cage bit by bit by bit by bit, all the way up to our chest, making sure that our chest is totally relaxed, totally disengaged. We then relax the shoulders. We relax the back of the neck. We relax the throat. And we make sure the muscles in our face, it's been 1 minute, we make sure the muscles in our face are disengaged and relaxed. Right now, we might be singing a song to ourselves. We might be visualizing something. We might be just letting our mind wander. It's been 1 minute 30 now. Doing really, really well. We can postpone those contractions and push the urge to breathe away by enforcing a relaxation on the diaphragm muscle. And if contractions are already happening, then we control them. We are in complete control of when we have contractions. We're in control of how often we have contractions. We are also in control of, it's been 2 minutes, how intense the urge to breathe is and when we experience the urge to breathe. It's been 2 minutes 30, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Controlling our contractions, staying relaxed, not letting our shoulders become tense, not letting the neck become tense, keeping relaxation in the muscles on the face. That's been 3 minutes now. 3 minutes. If we are breathing, we do our tidal breathing, and then we shift immediately back to recovery breathing, and then we shift back to tidal breathing. It's been 3:15. Keeping our stomachs disengaged, letting contractions move through, and then using the tongue block. That's been 3:30. Pressing the tongue up against the roof of the mouth, lifting the larynx, and keeping a slight tension in the diaphragm. That's the tongue block technique. Using that to stop the contractions. For anyone still going, it's been 3:45. And we're going to start to breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. 2 minutes, 2 minutes before the next breath hold. Recovery breathe, recovery breathe, recovery breathe, and then tidal breathe. Relaxed, passive, slow. You might choose this time to think about what you're going to visualize for your next breath hold, or prepare something, or decide what song you want to sing to yourself. Or maybe you want to do a long, extensive body scan where you start down in the feet and move your mind up slowly, bit by bit, minute by minute, until you're relaxing everything all the way up to the head. It's a personal choice, and you just got to find what you really like to do and what you feel works for you. One minute to breathe before the next breath hold. And 30 seconds. Let's begin our hyperventilation. All right, and we're going to take our final breath in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final breath. And And we are totally relaxed. The stomach is totally relaxed and totally disengaged. And so is our diaphragm. The diaphragm is totally relaxed. It's totally disengaged. It's all let go. The rib cage, the lower part of our rib cage, is all loose and disengaged. And then we move the mind slowly up to the chest, because the chest is disengaged and loose and relaxed as well. And then the mind moves around the back to the shoulder blades and the muscles along the spine, because those muscles are totally disengaged and totally relaxed as well. And the shoulders, it's been 1 minute already. The shoulders are also disengaged and relaxed, loose. They fall down into the floor. And the back of the neck is also disengaged, and so is the throat. And because those muscles are disengaged and relaxed, the head just sinks down into the floor. The muscles in your face as well are all disengaged and all relaxed. It's been 1 minute 30. Let your minds go. Sing songs to yourself. Visualize something. Continue to scan your body muscle by muscle. It's been 2 minutes. Two minutes and 30 seconds. We know that we are in control of when the urge to breathe begins. We know that if we're having contractions or the urge to breathe, we are in control of the severity of the urge to breathe. We know that we're in control of when we have a contraction or when we let the urge to breathe build up. It's been 3 minutes now. For anyone that's going, you're doing amazingly. Just relax. Keep the body totally still. Make sure we're not moving the arms around. Try to move the head from side to side as little as possible. We want to be as still as we can. The next one will be our final breath hold. It's been 3 minutes and 30 seconds so far. Three minutes, 45 seconds. Controlling the contractions with our tongue block technique. That's been 4 minutes. If we are breathing, we do our recovery breathing and then we transition immediately to our tidal breathing. But for anyone still going, it's been now 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I'll stop this breath hold at 5 minutes. Good. It's been 4 minutes and 30 seconds. For anyone still going, now is when we're going to open our eyes. Keep our eyes open just to make sure our vision isn't caving in on itself, just to make sure we aren't getting too hypoxic. It's been 4 minutes and 45 seconds now. And if we're still going, we're going to begin to breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. 3 or more recovery breaths. which means now, guys, we have 2 minutes to breathe before the next one. 2 minutes. We're going to start hyperventilating a little bit earlier on this next breath hold. We're going to begin at 1 minute, which will give us enough time to take about 6 hyperventilation breaths. This will be our last one. You have 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30 still to breathe. All right, that's been 1 minute. So let's begin our hyperventilation. Slow breaths, filling up to about 80% and then relaxing and letting go. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. And then relax and hold. And we move the mind down to our stomach. Our stomach is totally disengaged. It's totally relaxed. The diaphragm below, inside, is also disengaged. It's relaxed. It's all loose. It allows the stomach to just pop out ever so slightly. Our rib cage is also loose. Every single individual rib. And the chest muscles are also loose and disengaged. Everything loose and disengaged. Our back muscles, our shoulder blades, the muscles along our spine, they are loose and disengaged. It's been over 1 minute now. The shoulders are disengaged and relaxed as well. Your whole chest just sinks and falls deep into the floor. The back of your neck is disengaged and relaxed as well. And so is your throat. Everything around your jaw is disengaged and relaxed. That's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. And so it allows your head to just flop heavily down onto the floor. The muscles in your face as well. They are disengaged and relaxed and loose. Everything is disengaged, relaxed, and loose. And now we are already at 2 minutes. And if there's any kind of an urge to breathe beginning, we just postpone it and push it away by forcing a relaxation down onto our abdominal wall and our diaphragm. Everything is disengaged. It's been 2.5 minutes already. If we are having any contractions, we control those contractions with our tongue block. We push our tongue up against the roof of the mouth. We tighten our diaphragm a little bit or keep some tension there. And we stop the contractions from moving through. The urge to breathe will build up. And then when we've had enough, we let it all go. And we have a big contraction and we feel relief. 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes already. The mind is going wherever it wants to go. It's been 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We are now at 4 minutes, controlling the contractions, keeping the body totally still, not moving the head from side to side, not allowing our arms to twitch or move. It's been 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Not letting our shoulders or our neck or our back become tense. We're just letting contractions move through our body when we choose for that to happen. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Four minutes 45. It's 5 minutes now. If anyone is still going, now we open our eyes. We keep the eyes open for the remainder of the breath hold, because if we see our vision start to collapse, then we know we definitely need to start breathing. So by now the contractions will have sped up, and that's okay. By now it's a little bit harder to use the tongue block, and that's also okay. Just let them roll through. Don't try to control them now. Just let them happen. It's been 5 minutes and 30 seconds. We are now at 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Doing really, really well. We're just about to hit that 6 minute mark if anyone is still going, and we're not going to go for much longer after 6 minutes. And now it has been 6 minutes. We're going to go for 15 more seconds only for anyone still going, and then we're going to start to breathe again. We're going to start to breathe again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathe. Good work. All right. So, guys, let's chat. How do we go? I see Alex had a PB at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Alex, how did you find that style of warm-up, or that kind of a static breath holding exercise compared to the one that we did earlier on in the week? What do you reckon? How did everybody else go? Did you have good breath holds? Did you have bad breath holds? Did you have PBs? Like let's break it down. Did you feel comfortable during those FRC and RV breath holds? Do you feel like maybe they set you up really well for your longer breath holds at the end, or did you feel maybe when you started your longer breath hold you weren't as warmed up as you wanted to be, and you do better with the different style of breath of warm up, which is what we did earlier on in the week, where we did just many longer breath holds. So yeah, how do we do? Congrats indeed, Alex. Congrats indeed. I'm just waiting for the text to pop up. Nearly wee on my bed after 4:30. Good stuff, Anderson. Anderson, what is your PB at the moment? What's again, I ate lunch and I feel could do better on empty stomach. Well, I mean, Alex, if you did like a PB like that, 4.5 minutes with food in the stomach, I consider that to be pretty bloody excellent. And I think you could definitely do more on an empty stomach. I'm staying above 3 minutes, which being new makes me happy. Can't wait to see in a month. Absolutely, Marie. I mean, like the fact that you can consistently do more than a 3-minute breath hold is phenomenal, given that you're just starting. So, I mean, in a month's time, you'll be. I'm not going to put numbers out there, but let's just say that we'll all be very happy. Good stuff. All right. Does anyone have any? So for me, can't relax today. The maximum I did was 1:30. Fair enough. That happens. Oh, Anderson, 4 minutes 30 is my PB. I made it. Hey, good work. Epic. That's fantastic. And I mean, Bartosz, when you do have like a day where you can't relax, I think it's really nice also to still go along with the exercise and to find whatever or as much pleasure you can in the breathing and the breath holding without necessarily going for anything big or pushing it, or you know what I mean. You kind of always know when you're in the mood to give it a go, and then you know when you don't have the fire inside you that day. So you just got to respect the body and the mind and where they're at on that day. So good work. Do we have any quick questions? Do we have any thoughts or anything along those lines before I wrap up and go? I'll put the schedule and the topics for next week, for next week's live streams in the groups today as well, so you can sort of like have a look at what's there and what you like. And I'm going to start putting alarms all around my house and my phone or my computer for exactly when these on, so I'm never late. Cool. Today was not the day, but next time I will, says Bartosz. Alex says, it makes such a big difference having you talk through it. It takes my mind off it. Cool. Well, that's amazing to know. I suppose that is the one of the purposes of a coach. So Anderson says, next time I will try it with a nappy. Yes. I actually think that if you had a nappy on and you knew you could just wee, you'd probably do better. I think I would do better. Well, for me, it's poo. I always have to poo, like, you know, towards the end of a big breath hold. So I'm always like clenching to keep it in. All right, guys, thank you so much again for joining. I really enjoy doing these. I say it every time. Next week, we'll do again Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll put the topics and the times in the group chat later on. Okay. Well, it's San Antonio. In San Antonio, Texas, it's 11 p.m. So maybe I've got to do it a little bit earlier. Maybe, you know what? For those in the US, I might do like a 9 a.m. 9 a.m. for me should be something like 6 p.m. for you guys in the US. So I'll aim to get it done for you guys before you have dinner, and then that way you have an empty stomach. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have an amazing thing going here. Cool. All right. Well, I will see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend, and enjoy. I don't know what else to say. Have fun. I'll see you soon.